Good morning. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Wednesday, and we are now on the 3rd of April, 2019 at 9:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Before I get any further, I'm holding the live webinar tomorrow. That is, in other words, on April 4th, 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you did not get an invite, it means you're not on my mailing list. Call my staff. It's the only way to get this done, 866-973-2077. Stop. If you didn't get the number, play this right back. It'll work for you. Got it? Remember, it's a recording. Okay, it is a day full of lots of economic data. The Chinese delegation is into the U.S. The question is, how close are we getting on deals? Each party pushes back. We'll see what goes on there. Gold tried an upside today, got hurt back, but it's just gold because the dollar index has actually been falling, if anything. Some good data out of Europe, kicking up the euro, the Swissy, a bit. In the pound, I'll leave you to take the crazy guesses there because nobody knows what's going on in the British pound in terms of the Brexit. There's still continued pressure on the yen as the safe haven event is not needed and that market sells off from it. The beans tried to rally yesterday. Early on, they're giving some of that up. And on the energies, we're waiting to see what the EIA report comes out, and it's about 10 minutes from now at 9:30, and what it says. The API numbers, they were nothing super exciting one way or the other. They were not bearish, but they weren't overly bullish either. Now, as I said, a lot of data today. As I'm looking at the ISM U.S. non-manufacturing data, it came out with the index, the March manufacturing index, at 56.1. They expected 58. I'm a little concerned about that. The prices index was a little bit up. If we saw the new orders, that was better, but the employment's slipping a little bit back. The Conference Board U.S. Online Help Wanted Index at 102.3. The prior was left unrevised at 104, but that is slipping a little bit. ADP payrolls, let's go there. 129, they expected 173. They revised up from 183 to 197 to February, but when you look at the net of them, it's still not as high as the trade had thought. Market, U.S. Preliminary market March service sector PMI came in at 55.3. That's better than the 54.8 that the market had looked for. Then we get to the mortgages. Now, as you know, interest rates down quite a bit, 2/3 of a point in many cases. So you're getting a mixture on the index of, number one, it going higher. The purchase index part of it went up, new purchases 3.4, the refi up 38.5, and that's where you're really getting a lot of the action. Now, here's what's friendly in the market group. Service sector PMI, 53.3 above the expectation of 52.7. We're starting to see numbers, that's what I'm trying to get at, in the euro that aren't as bad as the constant bad that we were getting. They're starting to beat to the upside. If you take a look at the PMI, that was a slip to 51.6 from 51.9, but then you go to the data. And you see the retail sales were revised to up 0.9% on the month. February sales up 0.4 of a month, beating the forecast by 100% of up 0.2. And retail sales up 2.8% on the year. German March services PMI 53.3 versus 52.7. And Germany was one of the factors leading the market down because it was slowing. And so I look at France next, 49.1 versus 48.7. Then I'm moving on into the Asian area. Australia Group performance of their service index was in March, rising 0.3 of a point to 44.8. It's still negative. That's the thing. Anything under 50 isn't the best number there. Trade surplus, though, came in at Australian dollars, 4.801 billion versus a forecast of Aussie 3.7 billion. Bulgaria got its confirmed case of the bird flu, a problem there. Japan, I'm understanding stories coming out now that some of the sausages that went into Japan are contaminated with bird flu, and they'll put on all kinds of constraints there now. In a continuing row between Canada and China, Canada stopping another purveyor of canola going to them. So this thing keeps going between Canada and China over the Huawei woman that they have agreed to turn over to the U.S. We'll see if this can get put to bed in any manner, if the U.S. and China can reach a deal. I think the U.S. should appreciate what Canada's going through, because they're taking it on the chin for, if you will, accepting rules of law and working with the U.S. on this. Now, as you know, my morning subscriber video. Let me tell you a few things I'm doing with this video too. I've been practicing in my home, getting up 5:36 in the morning so I could have this out 6:37 at the latest each day. So I'm moving forward. I did 3 recordings this morning, didn't publish any of those, as I'm getting my home studio set up just like the office so they work the same. The beauty is you'll be able to get these even earlier, so wherever you're at in the country, it comes out before the markets are opening in many cases, and you'll get my ideas. And there's a lot. Like yesterday, we were throwing out ideas left and right in the interest rate arena. And knock on wood, that they look better than they were bad, I'll tell you that. And looking at how I cover the markets, I go in the sequence, which means because it's a recording, you take your cursor, you can move to any sector you want on it. And it's always in the same way. I also cover a number of EFTs for you. ETFs, not EFTs, ETFs for you. Then I'm going to talk the chart action, active traders, technical ideas, specific trade, and I am thinking of every now and then adding, just not an extra cost, throwing in for the people that buy my regular services and the video. Maybe an evening video here and there for them so they get something at night. What does all this run you? 26 cents a day to try it out. I mean, what's holding you back? That's all I can say. It runs $7.95 for the first 30 days. Then you have a choice. First of all, there's none. There's no contract with it. If you want to go to the next month, it'll automatically roll to $15 a month, or you can do a 1-year subscription for $156 a month, which is $13, but you pay that up front. Either way you go, I think that if I can do one thing, and that is you have your own idea, I become a sounding board as to reasons to do things, not things, maybe that gets you to the hump where you need to make your own decision on your trade. Got it? This isn't about me trading for you. It's about you trading for you. So how do you get this? You can call my staff. You can go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. Under the word education or research, go to the morning subscriber video. It lays out everything for you. What do you got to lose for $7.95? You don't like it? Just let us know. We stop it. People do stop them. I'm going to say that now that I've been doing this about 3 months, the percentage numbers of people staying, they're not 70, they're not 80%. They're a lot higher. So people seem to like what we're doing. And remember, the live webinar on Thursday, 12:30 p.m. Central Time, 866-973-2077. You have a good